We're back. Post-game, Jordan Kiss with associate coach Dwight Lee. The Kings a 6-3 victory over the Alberni Valley Bulldogs. And Dwight, it was the Simone Daddier show tonight. 4 goals, 5 points in a big, much-needed win for this Kings team today.
Yeah, he was on fire. And, when he's got the puck on his stick, he's dangerous. And even after the 4th goal, he had a few more chances later on in the game. And you could tell he was kind of wanting to share the wealth and was looking to pass after that. But, yeah, really happy for the kid. He's a real good story for our team this year, a guy that comes in, 20-year-old, without a commitment and comes to our team. And just right off the get-go, I'm sure you remember the Nanaimo game when he first joined us. He joined us right after warm-ups kind of thing, and he's been such a good veteran presence for our team, and he's a guy that shows a lot of dedication, and for him to earn himself a commitment and secure that, and then be providing the offense that he has, good for him, and really, really stoked for him.
Now, there was lots of other supporting parts in this game. We'll get to them shortly, but the start of this game, you give up the opening goal 43 seconds in, but then quickly you respond a minute later, and that quick response, I think, kind of set the tone for the rest of this game.
I think so. We had last weekend we had a couple of first periods where we gave up one early and that we shouldn't have, and gave the team momentum, and I really like how we bounced back there, and we're able to get back on the board, and kind of, as the hockey game went on, we got better, and as we kind of, identified things we weren't executing well, the guys made those adjustments, and in the first period, plays along the boards coming out of our end. I think we tightened that up as the game went on, like little things like that, and really liked our game tonight.
Well, then you go to the second period, a 1-1 tie again. Another early goal. You get Simone Daddier with the second. Christian Morrow gets one. Daddier gets another one. What was working so well in that second period for you guys?
I think a combination of things, like we were taking care of our own end and creating some good shot opportunities, some good forecheck, good work on the forecheck down low, I think getting to the net front, getting in front of the goalie, a little bit of everything there.
So what was it, 4-2 after 2 periods? You go into the third, and then quickly you strike right away, 4-on-4. Lucarelli to Daddier again. Was the message just don't let up, keep going into the third period?
That was a big part of it. Don't want to, especially like I was watching the box score for Alberni's last game at home. They played PG, and PG had them on the ropes, I think, going into the third with the lead, and they stormed back and scored 5 goals. They've got a lot of depth up front, some guys that can really make you pay, and if you take your foot off the gas or get complacent, they'll get right back into it. And I think that was some good leadership from our guys to come out on that 4-on-4 right. I think it was like 10 seconds into the period there. Come out charging and get one on the board, and kind of gave us a little bit of breathing room there.
Anthony Lucarelli would add one more. He had himself a 3-point net as well, and he along with Daddier, he was one of the top guys for the Kings today.
Definitely. Little things on draws. Our penalty kill was 100%, eh?
It was, yeah.
Yeah, and how many kills do we have?
I think 7 is my first tally. That could be higher, depending how those penalties at the end of the game add up.
Depending how it was all chalked up. But our
7,
penalty kill was awesome. We had a few 5-on-3 and 4-on-3 scenarios, and our guys did a good job. And, I think, Katsy, too, like, he deserves a bit of a shout-out there. Like, he's played some good games, and we haven't come out on top with, despite a good effort from him. But so good to see him get his first win as a member of the team.
And how do you like the way this team stood up for themselves? Again, it got rough and rowdy there as the game kind of winded down. But you guys stuck up for everybody, stuck up for your teammates, and again, you just answered whatever Alberni was trying to throw at you.
I think so. We had each other's backs, and that you like to see that. Like, I think when Winnie was getting 2-on-1 behind the net, there was no hesitation. Our guys jumped in, and but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'll keep my comments to myself. I thought that kind of lost control of it a bit there, and could have been managed a bit better.
And another point another thing I want to point out: third period media timeout. It wasn't the coaches delivering the message to the team. It was Anthony Lucarelli what went into that decision, and kind of why did that happen?
That's Glenn. Kind of like he's kind of empowers the leadership group to, and Luch especially to speak up, and he felt that it was appropriate for Luch to address the guys and make sure that they're getting dialed in. And we've got some verbiage of what we've been talking about as a team that we need to do, and I think it's pretty clear. And so it's just maybe like as a leader on the team, just reiterating what we need to do to get the job done. And I think Luch brought the guys in, and we buckled down and got to work.
Now I want to go back to the penalty kill again. Again, at least 7 for 7 tonight. But you look at a lot of those Alberni power plays. A lot of them were a chance to tie the game, get closer within the game, and you guys never really gave them anything super good considering the amount of talent they have on some of on the power play. What was the difference maker for you guys on the PK tonight?
I think we did a good job of pre-scouting our opponent, knowing what they like to do, who they have shooting the puck, and then when they were running plays, we adjusted well. Katsy was rock solid back there, and our D were doing a good job of getting in lanes. We had good sticks, like just all the little things. But yeah, like our PK was very effective. I mean, I remember there was some of our shorthanded situations where we actually generated more shots than their power play. We had one where Jonesy got a good blast off, a couple blasts to the net, and we were our PK was this is 2 games in a row where PK's been perfect and they've been rock solid.
Now, you started this game without your leading scorer, Anthony Yu. You lost Adam Mendelson in the first period, but again, and it was kind of next man up mentality, and it didn't really seem to hinder you guys not having those 2 key forwards in the lineup.
Yeah, especially I think Mendelson's one of our top penalty killers, and so some guys kind of took on that load, and then with Yui, I think Pops for sure is the guy that provided that filled in for that, providing that offense, and it was by committee, but there's a couple of shining stars there, and Luch and Pops kind of definitely stepped up.
Well, tomorrow it's another game against the Bulldogs, and we all saw the way this game ended. Now, as you kind of prepare for tomorrow, do you expect things to carry over into tomorrow's game, or do you expect everybody to reset and focus on playing a hockey game and trying to pick up a big 2 points?
Yeah, it's a new game. It's gonna. I expect a group there that is frustrated losing their first game to us this season, and expect them to bring their best, and I expect us to bring our best. I mean, we gained a couple of points on Cowich in there, and and we have the opportunity to have a really strong weekend. So I think there's a lot of positives in our game, and a lot of stuff we want to see carried over for tomorrow.
Now, how good does it feel to finally gain some ground in that playoff race? You guys have been there. They're hovering at the 4 points below for a few weeks now. You've had chances to move up. You haven't, but then you finally take a step forward today.
Yeah, I mean, you try to just focus one game at a time, but it's one of those, as you sort of build momentum and start covering ground, it makes you that much hungrier. And I think we've got a great opportunity. We've got 3 more games in a row at home, and now we've shown, proven to ourselves that we can take Alberni, a team that's got a lot of lot of veteran players, a lot of strong players, a good hockey club. But we've started to and then next weekend we got Victoria, another team that we just in our last game we were able to pick up our first win against them. So we're feeling good. We've got 3 more games at home, like I said, and it starts with tomorrow. And depending on what happens with Cowich and in their game tomorrow, I mean, we've got an opportunity here to even up with them. So the boys should be hungry.
Well, we can't wait. 5 o'clock tomorrow from the HAP, the rematch between the Kings and the Bulldogs. Dwight, as always, appreciate your time, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah, you bet. Thanks for having me.